Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? What's going on? I hope y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me, or if you can't hear me, let me know what's going on. Hey, Stephen Harris, what's up with you? You always supporting and popping up. I appreciate you always. You're always here popping up and supporting all of us. All right. All right, y'all. I'm getting it. I'm coming. Let me. I don't know why I can't seem to be organized here. Okay. Here I am. Here I is. Here I is. Okay. Here I is. All right. How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. What's going on with everybody? How y'all doing today? Oh man, we got a full house. It look like Roshonda, Lemon Kush, Puff Puff Pass. Okay. I ain't had my Kush today. I've been trying to keep a clear head today, Lemon Kush. How you doing? Uh, who else is in here? Of course, Stephen Harris, and of course, I got my girls, uh, Lady Lady Virtue. How you doing, Juan? How you doing? What's going on with you, Deidre? Who said we got Deidre Jackson? Hello. How y'all doing? How's everybody? All right, all right. How y'all feeling today? Cause I'm feeling pretty good, y'all. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Oh no, it's my homegirl Sally. What's going on, Sally? How you doing? How you been? All right. Well, y'all, I got my homegirls here, and we're gonna talk about this. Oh, wait a second, y'all. Hang one tight, 1 minute. I gotta get something. I gotta get my little notes here. All right. All right. I'm back. I'm sorry. I had little notes written down and left them on the other side of the room here. Okay. How y'all doing? Yeah, so anyway, I got my homegirls here and they gonna talk about this documentary. I hope y'all have seen it. It is fantastic. It is amazing. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna bring up Moochie here. What's going
Hey y'all.
on? What
Hey
is
y'all,
going
what's up?
on? Hey, we got Moochie. She on location, so we're hiding in the bushes. There you is. You know, getting well. Hope she's getting well. And
I'm
then
just sitting back on the couch with my feet
yes,
up.
that's
I'm
all
gonna go
right.
get some ice for my knee, but I'm here. I'm working my way back to y'all. Oh, Tamika, you was in
Tamika look
blue.
good with that blue. The lady in blue, she got her Nipsey blue on today. Okay, I like that. The blue. I like that.
Mhm.
Oh, wait a minute, let me fix this light. I don't like when it's too bright. Yeah, yeah, Tamika, I like that blue and that blue. I don't think I could wear the blue lipstick. I always wear reds or like a lip gloss or something. But the blue is you. That's your color. That's the blue is you.
Hey y'all.
And the blue is you.
Hey.
Um,
Well, my sister's the one that said you gotta put on the blue. I wasn't
yeah.
wearing blue before her, so
No, it's
shout out
nice.
to
And
her.
I love the color blue though. The color blue is one of my favorite colors. Yeah. Who else I missed in here? Suburban. Oh, that's our homeboy Suburban. He always come with the smoke. We love Suburban.
Mhm.
Okay, don't worry if you ain't seen it yet because OWN is about to drop it. I forgot the day. I think it's February something, right at the beginning of February, I believe it is. I should have wrote it down. We'll look it up. But it's OWN is about to drop it because it was on CNN,
Yeah.
and some people say it's on Hulu too. But
Yes,
I
it's
think you have
CNN
to
and
have a
Hulu.
subscription. I think you have to have a subscription, certain type of subscription to Hulu.
That's what kind of confused me because I was telling Inga behind the scenes that I talked about this documentary on my What You Should Be Watching. I remember when it was first going to theaters. And
I remember
originally
too.
they said it was going to be on CNN, OWN, HBO Max. It was something else, and then
I
it was
think
theaters.
it didn't
And
drop all at one
so
time on
I
those
guess they're
platforms.
not doing it all at
All at one
once.
time,
Because
yeah.
people was asking me, and I'm telling them, and they probably said, Tamika lied.
No. I think that it's just slowly rolling out. It first
Yeah.
started in the theaters. It was in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I know when people were first putting reviews out about it, they
Yeah.
watched it in the theaters. Then slowly, then CNN dropped it New Year's Day, and now OWN is dropping it. Maybe HBO Max is. It's just slowly going to drop, and then you might see it all over the place after a while. So don't worry if you haven't seen, because it's coming out in the next probably 2 weeks on OWN. If you have OWN. And don't worry if you don't have that, you'll see it. Well, OWN is on HBO Max as well. So if you don't have the cable, you can watch it on HBO Max. But it is fantastic. Sally, hey Queen, how you doing, Queen? Candy, please do the things that Candy say do before she comes and you know get up in your face and handle you. Make sure you do all the tap tap tap, support, the subscribe, the like, the share, the comment, and all the things. Um, because we sure appreciate that. Who else I miss? Ashley, how you doing? And you said you have, yeah, it's on Hulu, but I don't know if it's on the regular Hulu. I think it's like you got to have one of those like Hulu Live or one of them subscriptions or something with Hulu. I think I'm not really sure, but you can look it up and see. Just Google it and look and see where it is. Yes, I've watched it twice as well. Greta watched it the first time, and I watched it last night. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get my little 2 cents. Then I'm gonna hear what y'all have to say. Like Greg
Mm-hmm.
said, I watched it twice. First time, I'm laying in. I didn't watch it on New Year's Day when it first dropped or whatever it was. I watched it one night, laying in bed, by myself. A man wasn't with me. I'm watching it. And y'all, I supposed to be going to bed like this, like 12, 1 o'clock at night. Next thing I know, I'm up in the bed. I'm damn in the bed. I am all the songs, all the different songs was brought back the memories. My mom was just going back in time with the memories. Okay, because I've been with Luther since day one. I've been rocking. Well, not since day one of his career, because but since he first dropped his first album, I've been rocking with. Oh, and even before that, when he was singing, with other groups. I was rocking with Luther. So I love Luther, and but then I watched it again last night with my dude, and we was really reminiscing. We was just joining, and next thing I know, y'all, one thing led to another. You know how Luther do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And one thing led to another, and then y'all, I'm tired. I'm still in my
So
damn
that
pajamas.
means you had a good night.
You know what I'm saying? So
Let
I
me
don't know.
find out.
By, by next month, I might be pregnant, y'all.
I know your legs was up in the air.
I just
You still do it.
y'all might be giving me a baby on live next month.
Them legs up in the air.
Lord, I'm telling you, it was so good. Luther can take you there. I'm telling you, and even if you ain't got nobody with you, it take you in your mind. Okay,
Yeah.
because even when I was watching the first time by myself, I was watching it by myself, and it took me all the way there. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God! So I first fell in love with Luther. Of course, we all fell in love with Luther from the very beginning, especially if you're a certain age. You was there rocking with him from the beginning, and I saw him only once, and that was with my son's father, ex-husband, and we saw him here in Maryland, and that was when In Vogue opened up for him. In Vogue had just came out. They was not a big smash. Well, they did have the one hit song on the radio at the time, and the big song they had when they first came out. But they were
Mm-hmm.
still
Hold on to your love.
hold on, yeah, and and they so they opened up for they was not a big stars at the time, and it was, oh my God, that was so good. So that had to be, my son was a baby, so it had to been 90 92, maybe 93 when I saw Luther. So that's how long I hadn't seen him in person since. And then and I rocked with him the whole way of his whole career. But when I found out Luther passed, I was in New Orleans at the Essence Festival that weekend. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting at the in the hotel bar, and I'm sitting there having drinks. we eating some gumbo, we talking to people, everybody at the bar, we having a good time. That was Essence weekend. And the word came out, and Lord, everybody was crying. It was almost, it turned into a damn, almost a funeral. People was like crying, upset. Everybody, you know how we all black people. Did y'all hear Luther died? It was something, it was sad. And it turned into a damn Luther celebration at the Essence Festival. So that was, and I feel like we don't talk about Luther enough as far as I'm concerned. So I can go on and on, but what was y'all, how y'all first got into Luther? Anyone y'all can go first.
You know what? You want to hear something funny? I had to stop listening to Luther for a while because when I went through my divorce, not one but 2 songs was sang at my wedding.
See?
So that was like my love life with my ex. So it was just like I had to really put it down and don't listen to it for a while.
Right. That is, there are songs like that that's like I can't do it no more because it take you down another memory lane. And do you remember where you were when you got the news that one either had the stroke and then he died? Because it was devastating to me.
I know where I was. I was working, driving a bus, and when I came back in, the older women that used to watch the soap operas, because they used to have that TV locked down in the locker room.
Right.
They
turn the channel when the damn soap opera on.
Oh, you better not turn it. You'll lose a nub. You'll come back with a girl. But
right.
So I found out that way, and that was one of the first funerals of a R&B star that I remember on TV.
Yes, that was on TV. I watched on TV too.
Yeah. I seen that. And then they started doing then it was Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, so on and so forth.
Right. I watched on TV too. Yep. What about you, Tameka? When did you start loving Luther?
I loved him all my life because my mama would be in here blasting his records. So, most of the music I learned from her, and then I had my niece and my son and all of them listening to it. So we all, was rocking with Luther. I love listening to his live album. I've never been able to see him live, but I've ran that live album in the ground. And just, I don't know, nobody could sing like Luther. Like his background was on another level, and it makes sense because he did background. He just mastered so many different avenues, and I feel like he definitely doesn't get enough praise and attention that he should. We definitely have to have some respect on his daggone name. As far as when he first had the stroke, I was working, and I remember after he had the stroke and he was in the hospital, a girlfriend of mine, she's no longer living, rest in peace to her, but we was partying, drinking, and just playing all his music, singing all the songs. We went from laughing to crying, and she was like, well, wait a minute, damn it, he ain't gone. I feel like we over here, giving him a memorial, and I'm like, nah, we celebrating him. But then, of course, later we did end up losing him, and I cried like a baby. I watched the funeral too, and I love me little Luther, big Luther, small Luther, in between Luther, all the Luthers.
It don't matter. I like all the Luthers. Yeah, I like all the Luthers, all of them. Yeah, and I agree with Melrose. I knew about him with Change when he was with that group Change, and he wasn't even he was supposed to be the background singer, ended up being the damn lead singer. And when he was singing "Glow of Love," oh my God!
Yes,
certain. Okay, Tameka, it's time for the
Luther. All right,
Tameka, it's time to do the Luther tribute in the Discord, y'all.
Yes,
we keep it funky up in there. We have a good time. We got to do the Luther tribute in that damn Discord, because that way we can play the music, sing, and really cut up. It's time for that. I'm gonna tell you, I think my son is 32. I believe that he was born from Marvin Gaye, because I'm a huge Marvin Gaye fan. I play him all the time, and Luther Vandross. One of them people was playing probably when he was being conceived. You know what I'm saying? So, Luther. I love a lot of people. A lot of these people in this damn chat. Torian is young. Toya
He
probably
probably was
conceived.
conceived to that.
Toya, you was
Oh
conceived.
yeah, Luther
Okay,
was
your mom and daddy was
definitely.
listening to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Luther probably got
Luther
y'all
was
here.
definitely helping a lot of people get conceived. He was at a lot of weddings, bringing people together in love.
Here and now, I promise to love faithfully. Yeah, and that's a wedding
That's
song.
the
Most
song
of
somebody sung at my wedding.
yeah, and that song. Oh my God, you start crying.
Yes.
It's a beautiful song, beautiful, beautiful song. Yeah, so this whole documentary is so good. It's a beautiful tribute to him, and I like that they had so much footage. So it's almost like Luther speaking to us from the heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like he's actually was talking to us, telling us his life. And I did learn something. You know, some things I knew about Luther, but I learned a lot of things I didn't know. I didn't know. Now I knew Luther was from New York, but I didn't know he was from the Bronx and also lived in Harlem. I said, okay.
All right, Buggy Bam.
Yeah. I was going to say, I told about you, Tamika. I said, we think was born in the Bronx and then he lived in Harlem. I said, okay. You know, do you know what area he probably might have been living in?
I'm not sure. I just know they said the projects. You know,
But that could
I
be
don't think they was
anywhere.
yeah, it could have been anywhere. I wasn't familiar with it. I did hear the Bronx before and that he grew up in Harlem. And of course, everybody used to go around the Apollo. And you know, you always heard, well, I know I heard stories of him being like loving Dionne Warwick and Sissy Houston and being the one to run Patti LaBelle's fan club and things of that nature. I had heard about with him.
Yeah. Movie Man said, hey, Mr. Maker, hope you're doing well. Now he say so it is.
Okay.
Film festival and loved it. Yeah, and I agree.
Yes.
Childhood emotions and memories
Exactly.
and all the stuff, you know, because when Luther's first album came out was 1982, 81, 82. So I'm like 10, 11 years old around that time. So yeah, that's part of all my teenage years and all that is all through the 80s. Yeah. So yeah, Luther was there.
He also has an extensive, long history of being background.
Yes, I wrote a whole bunch of little bullet points down.
It's just he was on Sesame Street. He just did so many things where you didn't realize that was him in the background.
Yeah, because he's definitely one of the people that you would be like, he could sing the ABCs, 1, 2, 3, and it sounds
A B C D E F G.
So for Jim Henson to come and be like, hey, I want y'all to perform, and it end up being Sesame Street.
And I love me some Sesame Street.
Yes.
You know, that's our childhood. That's my childhood growing up. Most of us, all of us was raised on Sesame Street.
And I like the fact that he went from background music to singing jingles.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I did. Yeah. Tamika already. I did write bullet points, but Tamika already got it going. She like the Motown. He was into the Motown, the Supremes, Aretha Franklin, and he really studied these people and was going to Apollo all the time. And then Moochie just definitely mentioned that Sesame Street. Yes. Those were like, and I want to, in a little bit, I want to talk about the Patti LaBelle thing. So I don't want to talk about it just yet, but I'm going to mention that because that should have been mentioned about the fan club, but because of the controversy, they just cut all her stuff out. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Because he went up because the story is, and I've heard this from Luther and Patty have said it many times, and how it was the Bluebells or whatever at the time, right? And so he came up to them at the Apollo and said he wanted to start their fan club. They didn't have no fan club at the time. So he was their first president of the fan club and started their fan club. So that stuff should have been mentioned in there. But when they moved over and started talking about that Philadelphia sound, and when I saw them OJs, you smile up in your face all the time to want to take your place.
Yeah, that Philadelphia sound was something different, for real. I always talk about them and they beats. It was ridiculous. They was on another level.
We got to do a tribute to the Philadelphia sound. Like all of
Yes.
that music came under Philadelphia sound.
Yes.
The Teddy Pendergrass, the OJs, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. There's so many, the Spinners, all of these people. That's also, music is just I love music, and so that Philadelphia sound, he got influenced all by that too. But when he started working with David Bowie, I'm gonna tell you, when I saw David Bowie, and I've seen old footage of David Bowie before, but I said, this dude looked like a skeleton. No, rest in peace to him. No disrespect. I said, damn, what type of drugs he on? He looked bad, but that's how it was. But he had to say, good Lord. And but I have heard that song so many times, and I did not know that Luther was on them backgrounds for that David Bowie song. Because you hear that song in commercials, you hear it on soundtracks, on like movies, scores and stuff. That's a song I've heard many times in my life, and I did not know he was in the background. Now it's really gonna make me want to deep dive some songs from the past to see who was the background singer. Because Luther was
because Luther was on a lot of them. I mean, he was not only a great singer, we know that, but he was a writer, producer, arranger, even down to the outfits and the colors and the stage. He had so much.
Moochie, what about them green shoes? He talked to the mamas of his friends to try to get them.
They was like, them shoes was $22.
$23. Yeah, and them green shoes, Lord have mercy. I know he gonna have corns on them damn shoes. Them shoes are pointy at the top.
I know it could get you whatever in the corner, probably. I can't remember if they was like roach stompers.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm familiar of him being with David Bowie. I knew a lot of the other ones. David Bowie and Bette Midler, I wasn't familiar with. I wasn't surprised about David Bowie, though, because you hear a lot of stories about him. So it was kind of like, oh, okay, that makes sense to me. But I didn't know about it. But I didn't know about, like, Sister Sledge, She Change, and, stuff like that, and Roberta Flack. And then, of course, Patti, Aretha.
The movie man mentioned the 3 degrees. Where can I see you? Song now. Even some songs was before I was maybe born or whatever. I know because I was raised on Motown and the Philadelphia. My parents had albums galore. That's all was playing in my house was me. That's why I said, if you don't know this music, then obviously you didn't clean your house because your mama wouldn't tell you to clean your house. Because
every Saturday,
mopping and vacuuming and changing the sheets and hanging clothes on the line outside and all that stuff. So so I know about these songs. You just mentioned something to me about that. Just went
David Bowie went and confronted MTV.
He did the arrangement.
Absolutely.
For David Bowie after a while. He got so good, and David loved him. He was doing the arrangements on his album.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the fact that we got to learn how he got that signature.
Right.
I love to hear stories how things originated, and that was good, and how he even changed the composition of a song that's already been out and make it just his.
Oh yeah,
make it his own. Yeah,
Luther was the king of covers. Okay, and he would do your song, and then you didn't even want to do your song no more. Once he did
it. There you go.
And Suburban is right. I've seen this footage before. I watched documentaries about the MTV days and all that. And David Bowie was the only person who was speaking up, or he was the first person.
He was
white descent who was speaking up and saying that it's not fair that black videos was not on their network.
Exactly. Yes.
Rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey HEA, I'm finding you. See you pop in. How you doing? Yes. Yes. He did it for everybody. CC, BBC, you name it, he did it. But
when I first watched The Wiz and I heard Brandy, I was like, you knew that was new.
That's on my next bullet point. You in my brain. Yes, the song for The Wiz, and you know something? lately I've been singing the songs from the Wiz. So I think I'm gonna go back and just rewatch the
Me
Wiz
too.
just
The
to
Wiz is
giggle.
my fave. I never get tired of that.
I
And
might
I've been
have
busting
to
out
do.
singing those songs.
I might have to do the Discord watching the Wiz. I mean, it's just I love
I
the
would
Wiz.
want to do that.
Can you
That
feel a brand new
Brand
day?
new
What?
day. Yes, I did not know he wrote that song. I did not know he wrote that song. So that's why I love a documentary. I think I'm going to start focusing my channel on a lot of more documentaries, whether true crime, movie docs. I love it. I was thinking about this last night. I love documentaries. You learn so much stuff. If
yes.
you really learn so much stuff. Nothing. I'm gonna still do the scripted, y'all, but I want to do more documentaries regularly. So I fell off on it. I was doing it and I kind of fell off. But I'm gonna get back. Oh yeah, and y'all already mentioned this. The background. I was so happy to see Niles Rogers up there that he confirmed that he did the backgrounds for Chic and sister.
Yeah, I mentioned that
Freak
earlier.
out. The Chic.
I did not know that.
I
did
did
not
not
know that.
know that. I learned this is new from. I did not know this.
But now that I think about it, shortly, like a little bit later, Never Too Much came out, and that you used to hear that song in hallways and stuff everywhere. Like if you go to like people's like apartment buildings, somebody was playing it.
What would be fine if we do the Wiz on the Discord or something? Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, we gotta do it. We have to talk about that. Um, the yes, Moochie, you were right. That album. But before we even get to that album, he was doing all y'all mentioned it already. All them
He was
jingles.
doing the arrangements for that too, I believe. I
Yeah,
want to
and
say
all the Sister Sledge,
yeah.
song. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he was doing them too. Yeah. But then when he did all them jingles for Geno's, and we had a Geno's down here because my older sister, who's 8 or 9 years older than me, she used to work at a Geno's when she was a teenager. Minimum wage was real low then, and she worked at Geno's. The Juicy Fruit, y'all all remember that damn Juicy Fruit?
Yes.
I ain't popped no Juicy Fruit chewing gum in a long time.
My son just bought some Juicy Fruit in here the other day.
I'm gonna buy some just for Anna Luke. I'm gonna buy me some Juicy Fruit chewing gum. Hey, Andre.
Take a stick, pull it out. It feels good.
No, I know. It's so good. And then what about the Miller Lite and the Low and Brown beer and all those beer commercials? You don't even see jingles like that a whole lot no more. Like, why did they ever stop doing?
So lazy now. They take old songs. They so lazy now. They take old songs.
Think about it. They don't really do theme songs in the shows no
That's what I'm
more.
saying. Why? Let's break that down. Why y'all think it's a money thing? No, the theme songs for all our great shows that we was raised on from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Why that stop? I mean, very few think. I don't. What song? What TV shows got theme songs now? Really? And then you got besides Power. Okay, Power. I get Power. Power.
All the Queens.
They got theme. Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, I haven't heard.
It's not as many as it used to be.
I'm not saying it's none. It's just not as many. It was like all the shows had a theme song.
Yeah.
And a jingle. Even if you didn't watch the show, you knew the damn song. You know, there were a lot of shows I didn't watch, but I knew the song.
Exactly.
And then also with all the jingles, like you said, they don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Very rare. Like I said, we don't have them. It's just very rare. You know, and like Pepper, and we mentioned Change. You know, when he got with Change.
Oh
and,
yeah.
And he ended up being the lead singer of the thing, and he got so good that it's like, you know, I need to be, since I'm writing the songs and all that, I might as well go and do my own thing.
Yeah, because he said Roberta Flack fired him, and she was laughing. Like, he always said I fired him, but it was just like, I know you can do your own thing. You ain't got to be backstage, backsinging for me. You could go make your own music, and I know you're going to do great. So she saw it in him. David Bowie saw it in him. Like, a lot of them saw it in him before he saw
So
it.
you know how
He
you
probably
get, you know how
saw
you
it in
get
his too,
comfortable.
but he got comfortable. Yeah, I
Right,
would say it
right.
like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. She didn't fire him. She just said, "Look, you move on because it's like I'm holding you back because we know you are so great." This guy Luther, when he sing, he could just be talking. It's like it's just like melodies just fall out of his mouth. Like he's not even putting no huge effort into the singing. And there's nobody who could sing like him. I think that's the one and
Yeah, he
done.
just was born with that.
Mhm.
That's just how it was. He was just anointed with that voice that came naturally. And you know how they say people is a triple threat. I just feel like he's a quadruple threat because there was so many different things
Yeah.
he knew how to do. And you know, I don't think he got like all of the recognition for all of those things.
And then you
He
did
didn't.
mention, no, he did not. No, and then you did mention already about him writing for Aretha Franklin and Dionne Warwick, and
Yeah, and to go from being in the audience or even watching at home and like, oh wow, I love them. So then working with them, writing songs for them, doing their albums, them
I
winning
can't
Grammys
imagine.
off of it. Like I know that must have just, you know, blew his mind. Like he probably didn't think that was gonna happen.
When he but when he did that his first I'm trying to think, I'll make sure I didn't miss anything before we get to the album. Okay, I think we mentioned when he was so when he did his first album, Moochie already talked about that or alluded to it that Never Too Much played everywhere because you know we ain't had social media back then, so we had the radio, you know, and we listened to the DJs on the radio, and it was played everywhere. And that's when we used to go to the record shops, and everybody was buying it. It wasn't no streaming stuff. It was like so you had to actually get the physical copy.
Yes, completely
One
different.
record store didn't have it, you run into another one down the block somewhere else. You know, yeah, that was it was just it was a good album. God, that oh my goodness, it was such a good album. Let me say, I got wait a minute, let me see. I have a picture there, but this is all this is a lot of his album. Now, y'all had
mother had every single one of them.
I didn't had all of these first the first one, oh, Never Too Much. I did put them in order because I wanted to know the dates. So I had to go online and do my research. So I put them in order of how what years they came out. And so all of these albums are good. Like if you're just picking up any of them now, or CD, if you got a record player at home, album, or if you're going to stream it on you know, your Apple Music or whatever, or YouTube, whatever. This is the order of all the albums, and all of them are good. Look, he had no bad albums, y'all.
No,
he had no bad albums. That Christmas album Tamika, we didn't talk about that during Christmas. That's a good Christmas album too. That Christmas album was good. You know, we was talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know if we even had that on our list, but that was a good one. And,
I didn't realize I knew so many of songs. Just like soon as they started playing, I started singing stuff. That's what I did the whole time I was
singing the whole time. I was singing the whole time. Yeah, I mean, he had he had
a lot of people say that they still didn't get a chance to watch it. It is on CNN and Hulu, I believe. I just don't know the dates, but if I find out the dates, I'll put it up in the
right now.
tab. I think it's supposed to also go on OWN and HBO Max. Yeah, if I find out any other information, I will definitely put an update in the community tab because there's quite a few people I see in the comments saying they still haven't got to watch it.
Okay,
I'm trying to see, hold on. I'm trying to find the date, y'all. Why is that not showing up? Hold on. Okay, right now it says CNN, but I know it's coming on. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Oop.
Okay, it's saying CNN, Hulu, and other platforms.
They really should have had this on a lot of platforms so a lot of people can, you know, get a chance to check it out. Because initially, when they first talked about it, they did say CNN owned HBO Max. I want to say it was National Geographic as well, or one of them other ones. But then
here you go.
I only saw it for CNN and Hulu outside of when it first went into the theaters, of course.
Friday, February 7th at 9 on. Friday, February.
So you guys could check it out then.
Yeah. So please check it out. And you can watch it 2-3 times. You can watch it by yourself, with your family, with your man, with your lady, with your whoever. It is so good. It's worth watching multiple times. I'm probably going to end up watching it again at some other point.
Just for the music factor and just to hear the story.
Just to hear the story. Yes. Okay. Hey, Antoine. Yes. Oh, please. February 7th. It's on OWN, and OWN is also on HBO Max. You know, if you have that platform, so you can.
So if you have it on there, it should be on. When is it? You said it come on OWN in February the 8th,
the 7th.
Okay,
on a Friday. So that'd be a good Friday night, something to do. You sitting around with your wine or whatever, you know, and watch it. Yes, and but okay, let's get to some other little thing. Y'all, what y'all think about the controversy of everybody? Well, it's not controversy, but everybody was always just bringing up his weight all the time. The yo-yo dieting that he was doing. Like, why couldn't they focus on his music and always focusing on his weight? Why y'all? You know, I know it was a different time than it is now, but I think people would do it now, even if it was now. But why do y'all think they kept doing it?
Yeah, that's always gonna be an issue. People still do it now. And that irritated me. Now I will say, because I remember during that time, everything was weight when it came to him and to Oprah. I felt like a little later on, it wasn't as much with men with the weight as it was with women. But I always remember them.
They kept saying,
with Luther, and then it would be, he lost weight. Well, now he lost too much weight. And how did you lose the weight? It was always either he lost it or
he had the HIV and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, and then or that he passed away, and he got irritated. Like when he at the one interview, somebody asked him, and they showed the clip. How do you feel about it? He said, well, now that you asked me, I'm irritated right now that you asking me about
it. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Moochie, what you think about that? Isn't that irritating when somebody asks me about your weight? I don't like that. It's nobody's business. And like, you don't know what you look like. You know what I'm saying? That is, they should have focused more on who he was and his music. Like he said,
unfortunately, that's the society we live in. A lot of stuff, especially, I mean, that happens in everyday life, but especially when you're in the entertainment world, whether you a singer, you an actor, we're gonna always talk about the weight. It's always about the weight. That definitely irritated me. It's like he's coming to interviews to talk about his albums, talk about his music and what he got going on. And y'all basing not one time can y'all do an interview without him without speaking on the weight. And then he said like he was an emotional eater, and he was like, if you have never been an emotional eater, then you don't understand it. And I definitely can identify with that. There's times when I have no appetite and I don't eat nothing. People would automatically think I just eat all damn day, right? And that's the first thing that's gonna come out. I know,
but I'm always up here eating. I'm always.
And then there's other times when I was smacked down. So I understood what he was saying when he said that. And if anything, by them always him about it, that just made the situation worse. It wasn't helping.
Yeah. When they say there's a lot of body shaming back then, they do it.
Yes, absolutely.
I agree with you about back then. It's still going on right now.
They stressed him out so much that he gained the weight back.
Right, he kept gaining weight
for a concert. They was like, "Is he gonna be skinny when the concert come or something crazy like that?" And I'm just,
there was times I thought he was too thin. It was one of them pictures one of them scenes that they showed in the documentary where his jaws was really sunken in. His waist was so little, and he was too thin. But I like when he was like in the middle. But I like all
Yeah.
ABO said, I like all the sides. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't care
So
if we
he
had the
had.
dirty
think
girl
he
or the
kept trying to stress himself. You know, I mean, I feel like he did it for himself as well. But it also was like, this is the image. This is what everybody look at. This is what people keep talking about. So I'm constantly trying to fix it so I can fit in, and then feeling like you don't fit in no matter what. So here he is. He have all these other talents, but he got to be stressed about how I'm going to look and whether people going to accept me or not. Ugh.
yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
Because I remember during that time,
Yeah.
it was so bad because we didn't have the internet, which it would have been even far worse on the internet. But we had all them tabloids, you know, the Enquirer and the Star magazine and all it wasn't TMZ back then, but all the paparazzi, they they were constantly always in his face every time he did an interview talking about food and why he's the size he was. You know, it's just it was ridiculous. It really was. I mean, and I can't remember what I might have said back then, but I hope I didn't participate in that. But if I did, I mean, I was young and stupid because But I hope I didn't participate in talking about that man's weight like that because I love
No,
that man.
I don't never
I
remember
don't remember
even
if I did or
caring
not. But
about.
I hope I
Yeah,
did.
I don't remember ever thinking about
Like
that,
the joke.
or
I'm talking about
it
the
was
joke.
just
You know?
always about his voice for me. I just loved his voice. Now I do remember, and I like the fact that, which is how a lot of us cope any daggone way with, like making jokes out of it. When you have Eddie Murphy
Oh,
making jokes, and then he came out and brought the
Kentucky Fried
Kentucky Fried
Chicken.
Chicken out and was singing.
Yes, that could. And when you came out there with that big box, that
And
big
that's when
old thing.
Kentucky Fried Chicken was good back then, child. Don't taste like
That's
that
what the
now.
place. Yeah, it wasn't KFC then, y'all. It was
Right.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. And that's when it was real. It tasted like homemade. Because look, okay, good off track for a second. Y'all all know when y'all went to a funeral repast or your family reunion, or it could just been a family gathering for whatever the reasons. If your mother ain't feel like frying no chicken, y'all go to Kentucky Fried, get a big old bucket, right, Tamika, with some coleslaw and the little rolls and all that. And that was always a meal, even if you might had all your other sides that you made at home, but you get that Kentucky Fried Chicken because it tasted like homemade back then. Now I ain't ate Kentucky Fried in so long, so I don't know what it's like now.
Child,
Um,
it ain't worth tasting, okay? I'm gonna tell you
now,
that right
yeah,
now.
I don't think it's the
God
same.
bless
But
the dead. My aunt used to love some Kentucky Fried Chicken, honey. I remember she used to be humming and eating it.
no, Kentucky Fried was good. Come on, y'all. If
Yeah.
anybody said they eat Kentucky Fried, I don't believe y'all. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Your family,
It was good
somebody in your family is
until they
eating your
started
grandparents.
messing with the birds.
Right, until they start messing with them, injecting them with whatever and doing whatever. Yeah, but you're right. She said Roy Rogers and KFC. Definitely the KFC. Yeah, but it was yeah, it was good back then. So he knew how to just make a joke out of it. But after a while, it became from he was he laughed too. Like we all laugh if somebody cut up on us. But after a while, if you're just doing it all the time, it messes with your psyche after a while. It messes with you. So okay, then y'all, what about in 1986, that car accident? I don't remember that car accident. Do y'all remember that? I
I
mean,
rem-
I was
I,
probably about 15, 16. I don't remember it.
I remember the car accident, but it wasn't like how it is now. So I believe I want to say because I remember seeing it in like a Jet magazine or something like that.
Maybe, yeah. I just don't remember it. Yeah, I
And
was
it
like, oh
wasn't talked
my god.
about on TV like that because they didn't talk about the stars like that. Well, no,
No,
I'll
we
take that
did,
back
but
because
it was
you know what
different. We
they
had
talked
Rita
Yeah,
about at
I
that
Bird.
time.
remember.
Y'all
I
remember
remember
Rona
hearing
Bird? She
my.
do all the gossip.
Hmm.
I was gonna say
I
they
remember
talked about
hearing my parents talk about it. Like I remember my mom being upset about it because his accident and when Teddy
happened with Teddy
Pendergrass got into
Pendergrass.
his
That's what I was
accident.
trying to say.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
so yeah.
Teddy Pendergrass, I remember
yeah,
for a fact. I
yeah.
just
I
don't
think
remember the
when
Luther one like that.
they didn't happen at the same time, but they were like his was later on. But I remember how much they talked about Teddy Pendergrass accident, and around the time when he started doing music again, that's when Luther's accident happened. It seems kind of like when Teddy Pendergrass started singing again and coming back out, then his accident happened. And he took that hard because one of his friends was lost in it.
Now, young boy, I know he was born on some Luther Vandross, okay? Young boy,
Yeah,
I think was in his 20s or something. I think, he was born on some Luther Vandross, okay?
Yeah, he probably was
That's
made
for
from some
sure.
Luther Vandross.
How you doing, young boy? Yeah, so,
He was probably
yeah, but now there's, of course, I did my going down my rabbit hole once I heard about that accident. So I said, let me look at this information. I want to look up the guy, the one who, rest in peace, lost his life. Now, the rumor mill is that could have been his, man or whatever, but we don't know that. That's allegedly. That's just rumor that people putting out there right now. And it don't really matter. It really one way or another about that, but that's what they say. But apparently Luther was working with this man. He was a singer as well. I did look that up. Matter of fact, his song is on YouTube. The person who passed away in that car accident, and so that was tragic, and that also hurt Luther for a long time, and he gained the weight back because of that. He was, he pleaded guilty because I think from what the information I'm reading online, he was speeding. You got a nice little sports car, you riding around through with California, you know what I'm saying? And you know how them California hills, he probably turned somewhere and lost control of the car. Because I never heard of Luther being no person who drink and do drugs or nothing. So I don't think it. I think there wasn't that. I think it was just speeding. I mean, that's what I was just saying. I don't know. This is just a rumor on the streets. I mean, you can look that up now. That's what people say on the street. But as far as the report is concerned, it don't say that. But that's what people speculate in it. But it don't matter. The man lost his life. That's tragic.
Yeah, they just said it was his longtime friend. Either way, it definitely hurt him.
It don't really. Yeah. Either way. Okay. I wrote one of my little bullet points is Luther Vandross's them costumes at the concert. Fabulous. Them costumes, they said it was hand beaded.
Yes.
One of them suits that like Lisa Fisher had on. What I mean, that was a jumpsuit. I was like, shit, I could see me wearing that shit right now. That joint, it was beautiful. It was like white or something. I was like, them costumes that all of them was wearing was so good at them concerts.
Yeah, he wasn't playing with them costumes at all.
It had to have been at least $1 million for them costumes.
And they said he used to pay a lot of that out of his pocket. And I know one of them was saying, like, you could come out with anything on. People don't care about that. They're not coming for that once you start singing. But he said, no, they're going to get the, they're going to get this look and they're going to get the singing.
Yeah, no, yeah. He said you gonna get your money's worth. And I remember when I saw Luther, they had the costumes on, the glittery jackets and all of that kind of stuff. It was a fabulous show. It was a fabulous show. I never forget it. And that was 30 years ago, so I never forget that.
What year did you see him? Do you remember what year you saw him?
It had to. My son was a baby, so it had to have been 92, 93. He was still little. He was still a baby. It had to be 92, 93. My son was born in 92, but I think it might have been 93. So it was that's at least 30 years ago. But I'm glad that this comment came up because that's the first thing that at the beginning when we mentioned that he's from New York, he's from born in the Bronx, lived in Harlem, and when Joan Rivers, I was gonna say something else, but I'm gonna behave today on Sunday. But when she brought that up, and why do they do that? Asking was he poor? He should have flipped it back on her and said, "Well, were you poor? Did you grow up poor?"
Like, no, I mean, that don't surprise
me. Did your face always look like that?
Yeah, that don't surprise me. First of all, if you hearing that he from the Bronx and he from the project, then he was poor, and a lot of them was poor. But I liked his answer when he was like, to be honest, I didn't feel like I was. I don't know. You would have to
I had
ask
a
my
mother and a
mother.
father. We had food, we had clothes.
Right.
Same
I
thing
had
you had,
everything
bitch.
I needed.
I
Because
wasn't.
I'm
I
sure some
wasn't got
people would say
on
that
my
I grew up
TV.
poor, but I had what I needed. So hey, it is what it
Why
is.
you can't assume that somebody may grew up poor? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about that. It's about whether you had love, you had shelter, food, taking care of education. And he had something like he had a great family, who loved him, and that's what's important. It's not about no money. Because you can have all
Absolutely.
the money and have a shitty, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, y'all, a crappy mama, crappy daddy,
Right.
and a mess
Exactly.
of circumstances with a lot of money. And
Mm-hmm.
we know a lot of people who got money and they all screwed up to
Mm-hmm.
this day,
Yeah.
So that has nothing to do with
Absolutely.
that,
She had a
Mm-hmm.
lot
Um,
of nerve with that.
it was a lot of nerve. That
Mm-hmm.
was one of the first things I noticed at the beginning
Yeah.
of the
That don't
thing. Yeah,
surprise me at all.
yeah. I'm not surprised either. Okay. And then what y'all
Mhm.
think about when Luther? They talked about Luther being a crossover artist.
I think
That cross.
everybody
He wanted.
wants to cross
He said,
over, so to
yeah. He
speak,
said
right?
he wanted to be an artist for
Because
everyone.
he
And
wanted
that,
everybody to love him, not like, oh, that's black music, black people love them. He
right.
wanted to be loved worldwide, but it's always been interesting to me, and we still go through that to this day when we say cross over, and this belongs to this and this belongs to that. Because I'm
Yeah, he
sorry, but
wanted to be
black
treated
people
fairly.
was
He
the
did
ones
not
that
want
was
to be
doing all
a
of it
black
to
artist.
begin with.
He didn't want to be a black artist. He wanted to be an artist for everybody.
Yeah.
So, right. I mean, I didn't understand that because, like, no one says that the other
Yeah, they
people.
don't gotta cross over. They just
Yeah,
gotta be
they
coachable with
already
us.
there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, like Candy said, keep it right there, keep it
All
right there.
right.
All right, it's all right, man. When they broke that,
That's my
when they
jam
talked
right
about
there,
that,
baby.
What
when
did
they
you think
talked
about
about,
that story?
I loved it. See, I didn't know the back, so that's why I say I learned in this thing. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like a documentary where I watched and said, I ain't really learned nothing. No, I
Yeah.
learned a
Yeah,
lot
you
in
did
here.
learn a lot from
I
that.
did learn a lot in here.
Mm-hmm.
But that story is wonderful, Moochie, because uh I'm thinking when you hear the song, thinking he talking to who is me and whoever you with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, keep it right there, keep it right there. No, he talking to the band, telling them to stay focused,
Mm-hmm.
keep it right there. Don't go off,
Yeah.
to go off the path. Stay right there. And that is the signature of that damn song. And that's the part everybody want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, he could
And
talk
we
to
in
the
I
sti-
mean,
band,
the whole
but we was talking to our own bands at home,
Yeah,
okay?
keep it right there. Keep
yeah,
it right
I
there.
was y'all. I was singing
I
to my
love that
TV.
song.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm singing to the TV. I'm like I'm louder than the damn TV. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god.
But it makes sense, especially when you see his history of being a background singer. Knowing he could hear the melodies and know what he want, where he wanted, how he wanted, arranging it. I just love all of that aspect of it. So he like,
Me
y'all ain't
too.
gonna mess this up. Y'all gonna do it the
Yeah.
way I want it to be done.
I I love that story. I love how the arranger, the music director explained it too. This all of them. What also, I'm just gonna go back a little bit. I love his childhood friends, Robin and Fonzie. What y'all think about them? That is nothing like having your friends who've been with you from day one, your main apples
Yeah,
crackers, what they used to say,
Yes.
your main ride
yeah.
or die. What y'all think about that thing?
That means he was a good person if he keep friends that long. When you
To
keep
Mm-hmm.
friends long
his
like
death.
that, like they all was good to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I
Right.
see it.
I mean, I have two uh girlfriends of mine. Shout out to Angie and Sonia. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all been with me since we were children. One from middle school, the other one from high school, and we've been rocking all the way to this day. And that's
Yeah.
these are my long time. Matter of fact, Moochie met or saw two of them was with me when we was in Vegas. They've been with me
Yep.
since childhood, like we was kids.
My
I
childhood friend
mean,
is in the chat now.
All right. Shout out to
Sia
the
McCool.
childhood
Yeah, she
friend.
said Sia. She's there. You just
Oh,
the
see,
Joan Rivers
that's it. Oh,
comment.
that
You
was it.
highlighted
Okay,
it.
okay. Yeah, and I
Mhm.
agree with that damn comment the CMA too. Yeah, it's nothing like having somebody
Mhm.
who's your ride or die.
Yeah,
There for you when you going through something. And we don't have to talk all the time because we don't all live with near each other.
exactly.
Right.
One of my
Mhm.
friends, my best friend, she live in Atlanta. So we don't talk all the time. We don't see each other all the
Mhm.
time. But when we see each other, it's like we never missed a beat.
Exactly. Never miss a
Something
day. Yeah,
happened.
that's the real ones. Yeah.
She's there for me.
I
She will
have two that's
get
too.
her.
One is from elementary school, and one was like junior high. We met over the summer before we started high school with each other. We didn't even know we was gonna be in the same high school, but we had worked the summer together. And once we found out we was in high school together, we was like, "Oh, it's a wrap." And we've been rocking ever since. So yeah, it's definitely nothing like it. I always tell you, I say one real one over 100 fake days.
Okay, you just had your nice birthday. Then you said it was
Mm-hmm.
one of your longtime best friends was
Yeah, that's the one that takes me out
that's
every
about
year for my birthday. She takes my son out every year for his, because she's my son's godmother. I'm her kid's godmother. So it's just, we at this point, we be like, we
and
sisters, you know.
go look at Tamika's Instagram
Yeah.
and look at that restaurant. That food looks so good. Did I
Oh,
tell
that
you?
food was
I
delicious,
was
girl.
saying lobster and steak and all this. I said, go ahead, Tamika. She was doing and you deserved it. Yeah, and you deserved it. So now it's nothing like it because these people know you. They know your family. They there for you. If something going on, you there for them with their family. And you don't have to be underneath each other all the time. I'm not needy like that. I don't need nobody around me all the time. But when we are there. You know, and you ain't gonna say nothing bad about. I don't even care if they did something wrong. Yeah, okay. I talk to them about it privately. You ain't saying nothing bad
Yeah,
about them. Nothing to
exactly.
my
Yeah,
cousin. Yeah, we'll be fighting.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
it's nothing like it.
Glad
But
he had that, because Luther just seemed like such a lovable person, and then
oh,
when
and
you hear,
I can't remember the other guy name. The Latino guy. He was his childhood friend too. I forgot. I can't remember his name.
yeah, I
Um,
don't
damn, I
remember
can't
the
remember
name.
his name. That was the yeah. He also was his longtime childhood friend. And them background singers was with him the whole time. Lisa Fisher, what was it, Ava Cherry, and then the other young man, the other guy, the other brother. They could sing their tail. They was with him
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
baby, they
all
could
the
sing
time.
down. They ain't missed a note. Mm-hmm.
No, and they were with him until his death. Like they was there to the end. That's why you gotta keep your circle tight. Whether you're a celebrity or you just a regular person working at Walmart, you gotta keep your circle real small, whether it's family or not. Because sometimes it's not always family. Sometimes they the problem. So it can't always be family all the time. You got to have other people. But I just didn't want to forget them because they were great. Y'all, he was nominated 9 times and never won anything until 1991. He won Here and Now. But I think my friend said they set him up because how you going to go up against the godfather of soul on one of them Grammys, and then another time he was going up against Stevie Wonder. You know you wasn't gonna win. Is you just ain't gonna win against Stevie Wonder and the godfather of soul. And Luther should have won that one over James Brown because it was for Living in America. Look, we love the song. It's a cute
But we
jingle.
ain't like it like that. Well, people
It was
wasn't
nothing
buying
like
that
that.
song like that.
Not over the other song. I forgot the song he was nominated. But not over. No, we love that song, but they only gave it to James Brown just because he's the Godfather of
Yeah,
Soul, Godfather of Soul. That's the only reason why. It
yeah,
wasn't
he
because
was
that
trying
song was
to
great.
get that Grammy, boy. He was, and then when he got it, they said he wanted them to say Luther Grammy Award winner the whole day.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said,
because he
"Y'all
almost
can't
wasn't.
tell me
Remember,
nothing."
Fonzie said he wasn't even gonna keep going to them things no more.
Yeah,
But,
he didn't even want
yeah.
to go. And see, that was the year that it
Hey,
came through when
hey,
it
I can relate to this AGA. I
yeah.
played here and there until the tape pop. Y'all remember that when the
Mm.
tape would pop and you try to have to fix it, put a little tape on it,
Baby, I was in there fixing them tapes.
fix
So
it,
I'll be taking that pencil and twisting it around in
and
there.
twist it. Sometimes take the whole case thing apart and try to fix the whole thing and put it all through the loops again. Man, we used to go through a lot. You youngest don't know. Or they go,
I
this is what they do
know.
now. They just get on their phone and they got
And
the
just
song.
click
You
the
know what I'm saying?
song.
and they picked the
So you
song.
used to have
Yeah,
to
no,
wait for it to come on the radio, or if somebody did have the tape, you would actually dub it. Then remember when
right,
people started
right,
getting those
right.
double
And
cassettes?
what,
Oh God!
what Jamie Foxx said, and Tamika know too. When Jamie Foxx said he would wait until the song, he said you gotta wait until the song come on. Then when it's like he on the phone talking to the girl, and he was like he put it right there to the radio, and he said he knew right there it was popping on right there. Once you heard that, you know you was getting down. Yeah, yeah,
Or
you know
you
you
have
was getting.
somebody that be like, I made a tape for you.
Yo, and you know everybody was making the tape. Everybody, when Tamika talked about how she used to make the tapes and stuff, everybody was making the tapes. Like, first of all, a party, you had to have the tapes for the parties. You had to have the cassettes and stuff for the parties. You know, so yeah, it was very rude how they degrade our black stars. Very rude. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Oh, and yes, and another thing too with the tapes, Moochie, okay?
Right.
You wait and you sit on the radio waiting for the songs, and you got to keep when your song is playing. Then you got to stop, pause in between the DJ, talking. You got
you gotta have it perfect time because they be like, and then you just
and they start talking like the quiet storm, or especially if it's rap music, because back in the day, rap music didn't come on 24 hours like it is now. It was like certain times you hear rap music, And so you got, oh man, they play. And then here in the DMV was go-go, so there's certain times of the night they play. They're playing all day long. So you was like, oh man.
Storm was a good time.
And the Quiet Storm, that was when you got,
that's when
everybody made the Quiet Storm tapes now.
I used to listen to the Quiet Storm when I was driving a bus. And
right.
Until they stopped us from letting us have radios.
Right. Yeah, well, who knows what they? Well, I guess now they wear earpiece or something. They wear their Bluetooth.
Look, I don't know.
Supposed to, but
look, I don't know. But they probably do.
Yeah, they got music. However, they got it. They got music. Yeah. Yeah, that was something. I'm trying to think. It was something else that it was important. But when okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just quickly, so we don't get too long into this. It's already an hour, but I just want to talk quickly about that Patti LaBelle thing. I personally don't think Patti LaBelle was trying to out him. It was a slip of the tongue, and you know how you talking, and then I've done it. I've done it up here on the damn YouTube. Okay, I've done it in my life all the time. I think we've all done it. We just say something, and then like, oh my God, later on you realize, damn, I said this. She probably didn't realize she said it. And when you go on to Andy Cohen, they drinking on there. She could have had some wine, liquor, something.
They did that intentionally with that reality stuff. They like to feed people alcohol, and they probably know she was loose with her lips when she started drinking. I don't think she did it intentionally.
It was not intentional. And I didn't like the dragging that they did on all the social media platforms. Whether it was YouTube, I saw comments, Instagram, I saw comments, Twitter, I saw comments. I did not like the dragging of Miss Patti LaBelle. We are not about to have Patti hate up on here. I just don't like it. Now, I didn't think it was like an outing thing. I mean, yeah, did he say anything about his sexuality? No, he never. That was something in the documentary that he was like, I'm not answering that type of questions. The only thing I owe you is my work. I don't owe you anything about my personal life. But I don't think she was outing him on purpose. Like, I'm going to get his. They were very, very close.
I didn't take it like that at all. I've seen a lot of people going off too on TikTok and everywhere. And, you can have your opinions. That's on you. But I didn't take it on that. I didn't take it that way. To me, they slipped that in there, taking that clip from Andy Cohen because she was supposed to be a part of the documentary. They cut her freaking part out. But then you still gonna stick that one piece because we didn't see her nowhere else. Mind you,
because she was. I want to watch. They said she did a whole long piece on it.
Exactly, because they had a big relationship. Like I said, he was in charge of her fan club, and then later they worked together and they grew to be great friends. She was there as his end of life as well. So to cut her down to that was real funky. I ain't like it.
Yes. Shout out to Sid. They've been friends for over 40 years. That's what I'm talking.
I know that's
Me
right.
and my friends have been friends for over 40 years too. Yes, that's what
Same
I'm saying.
here. Yeah,
Real
that's
good
true friends.
true friends.
Exactly.
Ride or die. That's right. And y'all keep that going. Don't ever let nobody pull y'all
Exactly.
off for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think it was very funky because with she like any business, but look, we love Patti LaBelle, but ultimately she's a businesswoman. And she said, look, I want to see the documentary first. If I like what's going on here, I will sign off on the contract or the documentation of report to release it. They said they said no. And so she said, well, I'm not signing. So to be nasty, they go and throw that little piece in there.
I felt like that was a get back at her. Because if that was the case, then you shouldn't have showed nothing of her throughout the whole thing. Why throw that in at the end? And I mean,
it didn't
people
help
talked about his sexuality throughout his whole career, the same way they talked about the weight gain. So it wasn't never talked about, but he never confirmed it for himself. He said, what I want y'all to know me for is my music. And I really didn't give a damn. I was like, he over here singing and, I'm getting my groove on.
And Richard Marx, who's his good friend, long-time friend who helped write Dance with My Father, he didn't help. Look, I'm not mad with Richard Marx. His feelings was probably hurt by the comment of Patti. I think if he had a conversation with Patti, it would be smoothed out. I don't think it's that deep. I think that he's hurt by the situation of what she said.
Yeah.
And so by him saying it though, it put fire on it,
Right.
And so
right.
and then when they throw that clip up there, I just thought it was wrong.
Is it me, or do you think that they've been trying to villainize Patti LaBelle in the last couple of years? Because this is not the first time we heard her like something like with her being nasty to people and stuff like that.
Well, no, that's
true. There you go, Sasha. They had to have a villain, a hero and a villain.
Yeah. I mean, people are people. They have their good days and bad days. I hear a lot of stories about a lot of, celebrities that's this way or that way when people meet them, and then we would hear about the back and forth with her and Aretha or different people behind the scenes. It is what it is. We ain't gonna like everybody every day and get along with everybody every day. But I feel like her and Luther are known to have a relationship behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And I don't think
everybody knew. It wasn't like a secret too. Everybody knew they were very close friends, and she was very close with his mom. Was there for his mom when Luther got sick, and when Luther passed. Like she was helping with whatever the situation was. I think Patti is a good. I don't know her from a can of pork.
Yeah, I don't know her behind the scenes.
I just know that she seemed like a genuine person to me. I don't know. I love Patti.
I know when I saw her in concert, she came and blew some kisses at me, and I blew some kisses at her.
I've seen Patti quite a few times. I've just this past Christmas, or a couple of weeks before Christmas, I sent my dad and his girlfriend tickets down to see when she was in Florida, and my dad was so happy. He was, this is his 84th birthday at the time. He was so happy. He was crying. He said that that's one of the best shows he's seen in a long time. And Patti's 8 years old.
Good show every time.
She was kicking off her shoes. She was on the floor no more, but she was kicking off her shoes and she was singing the background singing. He said it was a show. And, so I'm glad I was able to make his day by sending him them tickets and to go. But I just think that people just need to. I think all these people who put out the TikTok, I saw them TikTok ones too, Tamika. When people put out them TikTok videos, Instagram and all that saying, oh, she shouldn't have said nothing. Y'all was supposed to be good friends. You don't out nobody. I think, thank you. I was just about to say this. You are in my
and that's what I said. That's Andy getting on messy.
Andy Cohen was messy by asking that. Why did you have to say? Because it's not, look, I feel we all knew it. I feel even a blind person, a deaf and dumb person knew it. But that's still knowing that somebody's saying is two different things. We all know it. It's not like I like what Fonzie said, his longtime friend. I'm going to take the position that Luther would have taken. So I'm not saying nothing about it. So whatever position he took is what I'm taking.
Right.
So Yeah, we've heard a lot of things, but yeah, and we suspect and we kind of know, but until Luther said it, and he didn't say it, so we ain't liking Luther for that. I don't care. This gets on my nerves too, talking about people's sexuality all the time. I like your music or your acting or your whatever you give to me. That's all.
I feel like it's none of our business what happens when the lights go out with people.
Exactly.
No, it is not about
stay
business.
out of people's bedroom.
Especially when you hear them ask him, like, you know, what's your favorite songs, and he says Any Love, that he felt like that was his soundtrack, his and you find out and you listen to Any Love. Now that's one of my favorites too, but it hit different because that's all this man wanted was somebody to love him. Any love. Like, that made me cry.
I started crying, y'all. Each time I started crying that I watched it, I cried. I was like, the very first time I watched it, because I watched it blind, not knowing anything, I was bawling at the end of this documentary. So those who have not seen it, get your tissues, because you may be crying at the end of it. You're going to be jamming and singing all the songs, but by the end, especially when his personal assistant started talking, oh man, I was crying. Hey, Miss K, shout out to you.
Hey, Miss K.
Hey.
yes, Miss K, please watch it. It's coming on Friday, February 7th at 9 p.m. And if you don't, OWN is also on HBO Max, so it'll be on there. So yes, please watch it. Yeah, you might even want to go talk about it too, because I know how much Miss K loves music. And so she might want to talk about it. It is so good. It's really good. It's nostalgia, take you back down memory lane. And I'm glad Melrose brought up the So Amazing. I started crying, but that's so amazing. It's so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the sky above. Those lyrics are so good. But I was crying because my son was little, and I would hold him in my arm, and I would sing that song. And y'all didn't get me started, because I might get to crying, because y'all know how much I love about my son. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no fool. I ain't going to prison for this dude, but he know that I would go to the moon and the stars above for him. So I'm telling you.
Like we were saying, just for the nostalgia alone, you're gonna enjoy this documentary.
Please, you got to watch.
You will be singing along with your TV, all of that. So,
and then after that, I went on. I have Apple Music. I went into my Apple Music on my phone. I started making a damn the best of Luther playlist. Now I got all the all the songs. Now I got all the songs, and I've been rocking them ever since that documentary.
Yeah, I love me some Luther. I will go on Luther anytime, anywhere. Okay, any place.
Yes,
especially that live version. And when he do a chair, a homeless. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
that he kills that every time, baby.
Wait, okay, y'all mentioned it earlier. Maybe Moochie did. Let's go back a minute. But when he did the remakes, okay, when he did, now I love the Carpenters. Okay, that is before my time. But I've listened to the Carpenters. I love Karen Carpenter. Rest in peace. She had a beautiful, sweet voice. And when she did Superstar, her version is beautiful, very nice. But when Luther, he kept the words, but he changed the arrangement, and it's a whole nother song. And after a while, you kind of forget about Karen Carpenter, and nothing against her now. Her version is beautiful, but you forget about her, and you listen to Luther, and it's like that's super. And then when he and then also the house the one you went to, the house not a home, the one that's Dionne Warwick, right?
House is not a home. Yeah, he did a couple of Dionne songs over, and she said once he sung it, she said ain't no need for me to sing it no more.
Right, and I know, and she said he was showing out then. At this point, he was just showing off.
With the Carpenters, he slowed that song down to it just sound like something totally different.
Totally different.
That's what was hard about it.
Right. And then the version of Luther, they didn't talk about it in the documentary, but the version of If This World Were Mine by Luther and Cheryl Lynn.
Oh
My God. Because Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell did it, the original.
Yes.
Other people have done it. Other people done it. But, of course, Marvin Gaye's, it's never gonna go wrong with no Marvin Gaye, no matter what the hell he did. Never. But with Luther and Cheryl Lynn, when Cheryl Lynn starts singing, If This World Were Mine. Oh my God, y'all. Cheryl Lynn is so good, y'all. She was good in her day.
Now that song, that was the song that we used for the first dance with my wedding. Like the first dance as a couple.
Well, that's not sure we hear that no more. I understand. Sometimes there is songs that you like, I can't listen to it no more because of whatever that it was attached to that person or attached to that.
It took me a while before I could listen to it again.
Right. Yeah. It's like, yes, Luther and Cheryl, they should have done more stuff together. I don't know why they didn't, but that song was so good. It's a classic. And it just goes on. Her voice is beautiful. Like, where is that lady at? Like, I saw her one day on something, but yeah, I was like, oh Lord, it is a beautiful song. Everybody love that song. Everybody talking about it in this comment. Yeah, so everybody got their memories of it. And but when going back to Any Love, when he was the acapella of that song, that's what gets you. It's actually better than listening to with the music. The acapella of it, when he was like, I got everything in the world. I got all the
everything in the world. Exactly.
I would just take any type of love, just any little love. And that personal assistant said that he can't even listen to that song no more. And plus, he was so emotional, y'all, as we get down to the end of it. When he found him, he said Luther was not answering the phone, and he came banging on his door, and he had to break the door down to get in there. And he found Luther, and that's when Luther had a stroke. And that was 2005. No, 2003. He died in 2005, but 2003 is when he had the stroke. That's man, I'm telling you, diabetes. I don't know if you ever talk about that during your segments on Tamika. It might be something to talk about too, because it hits our community real hard. My dad is a diabetic.
That runs on my dad's side.
My grandfather died from complications from diabetes. My mother-in-law died from complications of diabetes. My ex-husband died from complications of diabetes. I got to be careful in my own life. I'm constantly back and forth to doctors checking me all the time. So far, I'm good. But a lot of times you might not even find out till later on in life. My dad didn't find out late in his life, So it's very something that diabetes can, because you don't die from being a diabetic. You die from all the complications of it. My grandfather lost his eyesight. He lost his left leg. He had 2 strokes. I just seen deteriorate people's body now if you're not taking good, staying on track. So
absolutely,
and that yo-yo dieting and losing weight that Luther was doing, that didn't help him. That did not help him. And then we saw him at the end. I remember that interview. Do y'all remember that interview he did with Oprah?
Yeah,
I remember that.
I do remember that. And and that was just so sad. And then after that, it's like Moochie mentioned much earlier about the funeral, and look at the people was wrapped around the building.
Yeah, that was the first funeral on TV like that, where they had it where you could see it on TV, like a star.
And speaking of Patti LaBelle, she was all up in the footage at the church, so they was closed. She not outing him; she was there. She was there. So
I don't think that was right. That was that part. It makes me think. Did what's his name had anything to do with the production of it? What's his name? The one from Bravo. I forgot his name now.
Oh, Andy Cohen.
Yeah. Because to put that part didn't even have to be there.
No, it did not. It did not. And I thought they was just wrong for, insinuating that she outed him and all this little crap. But
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, yeah. And then it was just, the whole thing was sad. Luther did have siblings. His dad died from complications of diabetes. His siblings had problems. They all died. The mother survived everybody, and now she's gone. I was so happy to see his niece in there. You know, at least he got family representing him. And I hope his money and everything is. I hope the family, the surviving family, they making sure that he's getting his coins. He's getting all the jingles, all the commercials he did, the background sing, get paid for all that stuff that he did. I hope that all the writing
I
songs, the
know
producing
Jamie Foxx
everything.
and Foxhole Productions was a part of the production team, but it was like three different ones.
It was three different ones. I
Three
don't
different
think Jamie
production
Foxx
teams.
would
I
have
don't
did.
think Andy had anything. No,
I don't
but
think
I don't know
I
why he
don't
threw
think
that
Jamie
in
Foxx
there.
would have did Patty wrong. It had
No,
to be somebody else, you
mm-mm.
know. So um,
No. Mm-mm.
yeah, that's what I'm just saying. I don't know if he would have did Patty wrong. I just don't feel he would have. I think maybe it was somebody else. Maybe he ain't had maybe something higher up, even higher than Jamie. Remember, Jamie worked for
Right.
somebody. Everybody worked for
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah,
Yeah. It was
you know,
like a couple different people that was involved in it, but
right, yeah.
anyway, whatever reason, whoever decided to throw that little clip in there, they didn't really need to do it at all.
Right.
Nah,
So
not at
we
all. It didn't need to be. They wanted they. It seemed like they liked drama, and
Yeah.
I mean,
You know,
it's
bad news is what sells, y'all. That's always
Mhm.
negativity. You know, we want to have a little negativity. Can't have everything positive.
Luther, look at
yes,
Luther's
like I
eyes. He
said,
was a
no
beautiful.
black man leads the business without an asterisk by his name.
Luther was a beautiful guy. Look at his eyes, a beautiful smile.
Yes,
Look at
absolutely.
that. I don't care if you were small. Look at this. We got big Luther,
Hmm.
small Luther, in between Luther. We love them all with the Jerry curl, the S
Yes.
curl, all the curls. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I
Hmm.
love him. And you know, the losing of the weight on anything did not affect his voice. He always sung like an angel.
Yeah,
You
he
know.
stayed the same. Yeah.
Oh, and then shout out to Mariah Carey. I thought that was beautiful. Her tribute in there to him too. You know, when she
Hmm.
sang with him, and like I said, these are all the albums. If y'all don't have them, or you can download them, or you can go on YouTube. They all there on YouTube as well. Listen to them, y'all.
Hmm.
If y'all haven't for a long time,
Oh,
you know
definitely.
that all of these. It just Dance with My Father was the very last one, and
Hmm.
but now this is the new thing. They got a new greatest hits is out. That's out on the street right now. The new greatest hits with all the songs, and y'all can get that. They got it in
Yeah, I
album
still got
form,
all those
CD
albums up
form.
on my daggone
Yeah.
iTunes.
Now, I mean, for
And,
anybody who don't have any music of Luther, they can go get it, and
hmm
it's out right now, brand new. So I that's yeah, it
and
was
he stood
fantastic.
the test of time, like decades of being able to make all different type of good music. I know if he was still around, he would still be doing it. When that song, "Can I Take You Out Tonight," y'all know I'm singing
Oh
it off.
yes,
Hmm.
But when that
yes.
first
To the
came out,
movies,
baby,
to
he
To
the
was
see
in
park.
there like,
I had you back. Oh, it's dark. Yes, 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 yes. And he look, he sang with. And
yeah,
look, I know we can go on and on, y'all, because we love music. But
yeah.
he sung with Beyonce. He sung with Alicia
Hmm.
Keys. I mean, look at that
Exactly.
funeral. Usher
He
was there at
even
that
did the
funeral.
tribute to Michael Jackson and took them to church. I think it was Usher
Yep.
and who
Right,
was Usher and NC Backstreet Boys. One of them was up there.
right,
He took over that daggone
right.
thing.
Sure did. Sure did. Yeah, sure did. Everybody loved him. At that funeral, Jesse Jackson was there. Cece, Whitney's mom, Cece, Miss Cece. They who else? It was so many. Rita
Yeah,
Franklin.
so many people. Yeah.
Everybody. Stevie Wonder. There was so many people at that funeral. And at the end, they all start singing "The Power of Love." That's another
Mhm.
great song. "The Power of
Yes,
Love."
great
You know
love.
what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just it's beautiful. So yeah, you can watch this documentary over and over and over. And I will be doing more documentaries, and whether they're music ones, true crime, others, I'm gonna get some more in. But I appreciate y'all hanging with me. This was good. You know, we can go on and on. And I'm serious, Tamika. We got to, whatever day we ready to do again. Maybe we do it like around Valentine's time or something like that. We can do something play that music in that Discord for little tribute for Luther. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, it was fantastic. So Tamika, what you got going on? Cause you girl, you be having all the shows. all the stuff going on. So
I don't know. I don't know. I'll know that I will probably be joining Candy Love. We talk about the Oval Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? No, Tuesday, then Sisters Wednesday. And I'm not too sure what else is coming up for the rest of the week. You know, keep your notifications on because I gotta do some things like be life and but I will keep y'all posted. But I got a bunch of stuff up there now. If you want to go check it out, my review for the Oval and Love During Lockup is up. I don't know if I'm missing something. I feel like I am, but go over there and
yeah,
see.
yeah, you know, yeah, and you get Family Business, right? Did you just say that?
Oh no, Family Business come back next week. We actually should be doing a live on Sunday about that. The Family Business New Orleans. Be on the lookout for that. So yeah, there's a few things coming up because I know it's some movies coming
It's
up.
going to get busy because as far as I just mentioned about documentaries, they got CNN got the Kobe Bryant documentary. I'm gonna watch that. I want to talk to Moochie in Detroit. See if y'all want to talk about that. It's
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of
the team.
documentaries
I
coming
think
out.
that's the last one. And Melrose one, I didn't get to put it up, but you were supposed to be my person of the week. I'm gonna put it up, girl. I'm gonna put it up. But shout
All
out to
right,
you, okay?
Melrose. Shout out to Melrose. Yeah, Melrose is always supporting. And then
Yes.
Moochie, I know you still recovering and healing, but look, check out the Aaron Hernandez that Moochie have up on her platform. So she's slowly coming back, right, Moochie?
Yeah,
Little
I'm
bit.
slowly coming back. But Tuesday, y'all, if you watch the Aaron Hernandez documentary that we looked at, the ID documentary, everybody started talking about the movie Concussion. We're gonna do a watch party on Tuesday at 8. So put y'all notifications on. Please join the Discord. The link is in everybody's chat. I put it in everybody's chat, all of the ladies' chat at this time. And
Yes,
please be sure to join.
yes,
We're
yes.
gonna have fun with it this year, y'all.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have fun. That's all I'm about, having fun. I'm about sick of all the other crap that was going on, and I just want to have fun. I really just want to have fun.
Yes.
So yeah, and so we gonna get busy. We ain't gonna overwhelm ourselves, but we gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
She said person of the week. Yeah, yeah. So we can always shine a light on somebody, and it's your turn,
Yeah.
girl. It is your
All
turn.
right.
Yes, we always
Mm-hmm.
supporting everybody, so that's why we shouting you out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Lord, that Luther's so good. I'm still thinking about the songs in my head.
Yes. I
Luther's
might
so
listen
good.
to some tonight, okay?
I'm saying before I go to bed. Before I go to bed, yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be heading over. I'm late. I'm supposed to be heading over to Candy and Monique 69.
Oh, okay.
Talk about reality show. I told them I was gonna be late because they knew I was live. So I'm about to do that with them, and Uh, y'all have a good one. I appreciate everybody. There's so many people in the chat. I can't go back and say everybody's name, but I sure appreciate everybody that came through. And
Yes.
thank y'all for hanging with us. And we'll see y'all on the next go around.
All right.